GRA busts 8 smugglers in Berbice. New Center for Persons with Disabilities. Sukai says they can't help Chinese land. And all talk, no action. I am Noriko Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Do you see news happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. On Wednesday, the GRA and the Coast Guard busted 8 men in Berbice for smuggling foreign liquor and cigarettes into Guyana. The police say 3 of the men were caught on a speedboat laden with the uncustomed goods near the Abari foreshore. Meanwhile, another 5 were arrested in Berbice, while a boat and a minibus full of smuggled goods were confiscated there. Over in Linden, Wednesday's protest led by residents of Wismar housing scheme has already yielded results. A&E Construction Supplies and Services resumed work on the Wismar housing scheme road Wednesday evening after the protesters blocked the bridge into the community as the project was supposed to have been completed months ago. Also in Linden, yesterday the Housing Ministry officially compensated some 20 families who were squatting in Amelia's ward as the Housing Ministry demolished their homes in May of this year. A social media post from the ministry noted that the 20 families signed their agreements and picked up their checks at the Watuga guest house. However, they did not indicate how much they were actually compensated. Nonetheless, the newsroom previously reported that 14 squatters were allocated house lots, while 2 are in the process of getting housing units. Alleged wife killer Suraj Ganpat has turned himself into the police after spending the past 4 days on the run. He had admitted to killing his ex-wife Cindy Ramchandar on Monday because he was angry that she had since moved on from their relationship. Investigators are currently filing charges against him. Today, 32-year-old Shambi Yamat was charged with causing death by dangerous driving. On Monday, he had accidentally reversed his truck over 35-year-old Francisco Somoza on the Serra Joana public road on the east bank of Demerara, killing Somoza on the spot. Yamat pleaded not guilty and was released on $1 million bail. Yamat will return to court on August 29th. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's Car of the Week. Currently on sale is the 2016 Suzuki Jimmy Sierra 4-wheel drive. It comes with regular and low-range 4-wheel drive, Bluetooth, mark rims, new tires, TV, CD, stereo, fog lamps, back camera, and much, much more. Buy cash for $3.4 million. All pay as low as $700,000 down, with around $67,000 monthly for 5 years, and it is yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171, Peter Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them the Rico sent you for this sweet deal. Yesterday, First Lady Arya Ali led the sod-turning ceremony for a business center for persons with disabilities in Palmyra, Berbice. This center is expected to offer manufacturing of products, a retail space, technical training, as well as therapy, a first of its kind in Berbice. Construction of the business center will commence this month. Police responding to a report of noise nuisance on Wednesday arrested 2 men following the discovery of 25 pounds of cannabis at 3rd Phase Kokwani, Upper Berbice River. The suspects, who were not named, are scheduled to appear in court today. This morning, Pandit and part-time sugar estate pump operator Taran Balgobin was charged with murdering Rose Hall Estate security guard Angraj Kumar Indrapal. Balgobin confessed to the police that he had a misunderstanding with Indrapal over incomplete work at the pump station. He said he then strangled the victim and threw him into the canal. Balgobin will have to return to court on the 7th of September. This morning, 27-year-old electrician Joshua Thomas was charged with armed robbery. According to the police, Thomas had admitted that he and another man robbed a security guard of the gun on July 31st in South Rumveld. He was remanded to prison until September 9th. Meanwhile, the police have said nothing about the alleged accomplice. So, you need a part for your truck and you looked your eyeballs out and can't find it? Did you check Powered Automotive? Get high-quality DAF, International, Freightliner, Bedford TM, or Scummel truck parts at the lowest prices at Powered Automotive. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles, or call them on telephone number 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. 29-year-old homeless and confessed substance abuser Tony Singh was just charged with trafficking cocaine after he was busted on August 10th with 3.9 grams of the rock in his pants. The unrepresented man told the judge that he doesn't sell the drugs, he only uses it. In response, Magistrate Daly told Singh that he needs drug rehabilitation. But instead of giving him rehabilitation, they just slapped him with a 6-month jail sentence and a $30,000 fine. He said that he will serve the full sentence since he does not have the money to pay the fine. Just one day after the chair of the National Two Shaos Council, Derek Jones, said that the community of Chinese landing should formally write the council requesting intervention to address the violation of their rights, Minister of Amerindian Affairs Pauline Sukai is now saying that nothing more can be done for the community. Sukai said that, quote, every legitimate remedy has been exhausted, saying, quote, the ministry have done everything, not has, but have done everything we could have done to assist them with all domestic remedies. They chose to go to the court, so there was nothing else that we can do at this point in time because it's not going to be correct for us to make a comment anymore, end quote. I'm the one that decided to correct the haves instead of the has. But anyway, to make matters worse, Tu Shao of Chinese Landing Orin Finance said that on Wednesday, after indicating that they prefer to work alone to avoid a conflict of interest, 3 officers from the GGMC and 2 from the EPA investigating mining operations in Chinese Landing were seen being transported by the same miners against whom reports of violations have been made. So at this point, the Tu Shao doubts much good will come out of their investigation. The Environmental Assessment Board has upheld the EPA's decision not to have impact surveys for ExxonMobil's planned 12-well exploration drilling campaign in the Kanji and Kaija blocks. Nevertheless, it has ordered the oil company to conduct an environmental study looking at cumulative impacts of offshore activities. Starbrook News says the EAB's decision was rendered on Wednesday, more than 1 month after the June 30th hearing of the appeal. Now for our stupid news of the day. Yes, I know this is usually where we have the history segment, but today's it's stupid news. You know what I think is stupid? According to the Auditor General Deodat Sharma, he has been vested with the power to launch an official investigation into Jagdeo's finances to examine the alleged connection between the VP and Mr. Su. However, he says he has done nothing as yet, because no one has yet to write him an official request for said investigation. This is despite all the big talk from everyone, from public sector, private sector, opposition, everyone, including even members of this own government. Not one person has officially requested an investigation. Now, I don't know who to be more disappointed with. The people for being all talk and no action, or officials like Sharma who sit back and do nothing while obvious infractions are taking place in front of him, or at least accusations that do demand some level of investigation. But what confuses me even more is why does the crime have to be officially reported before it's even investigated? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but if someone is publicly accused of murder, does the police also wait until a police report is filed, or would they not take it upon themselves to act as protectors of the peace to investigate the accusations? Now, I could go on, but all I'm trying to say is people need to stand up and demand better from their leaders, because to accept excuses like the ones we're getting now is pretty stupid. It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, K-9 services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today. Now for our Uncut News Viewers Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Ghana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Last night I asked, how can the Lands and Surveys Commission attract new surveyors? David Biram suggests that they need better management, not better equipment. I know, I agree with you on that, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Simone Cummings says, I don't know, maybe they can try advertising the need for lands and surveys. Every day, Qualifon is sending an SMS or on every newsfeed and Facebook. What is Lands and Surveys doing? I don't know, but whatever they're doing, it's apparently not enough. Meanwhile, Adrian Juman asked an unrelated question, saying, can someone explain why we still pay 30% withholding tax when other countries pay about 10%? To answer your question, I don't know. I guess it's out of pure spite at this point. So, before we get to tonight's question, you can multiply your cash by selling Digicel Top-Up. This is a legit way you can earn some extra money at your business or to supplement your current hustle. Become a top-up vendor quick and easy by linking with Sailor Plus. Call them on telephone number 685-3109 for more info. Now for tonight's question. In case you haven't noticed, there is a lot of interpersonal violence going on as of recent. What should be done to try to lower this? Honestly, I think the police should have some sort of arbitration process for neighbors with old grievances that won't result in anyone being arrested unless they do something illegal. But that's my idea. I want to hear from you. I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out on Monday for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying, have a great weekend. And as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ha-ha! Good night, folks.